there. Welcome back to the Rare Book Views channel, where I hope we're going to take a look at some rare books. I am a collector and a reader and a fan of books and bookstores, and today I am going to one of my favorite bookstores that is a charity shop to benefit a local library. People are super generous, so it can be just crammed full of books, and they have these huge carts, so it's almost, I think, what they use in dry cleaners, these big bins on wheels. And it can be interesting to navigate the space because they've expanded multiple times. It's so great to see people be generous and try to find a new home for a book. And the sale goes to benefit the library. So it's only good stuff. I have a lot of things I'm looking for. I'm always on the lookout for collectibles at a bargain price, or to put on my shelves, or things that will help me fund my book addiction. So every now and then I find something that is a great price that I don't need and I sell it on. And then I have a giant list. I have a lot of books that I would love to read, and I'm frugal, so I only want to pay a couple dollars, and I have been waiting on the library wait list for a long time. I have some requests from friends who don't have as much time as me to haunt the bookstores, so I have a couple books for friends of mine with kids. It seems like children's books used, that is the way to go. You can get a bargain, and often in very new condition, so I'm on the lookout for them, and then also for a lot of presents. I like to look for presents way in advance of birthdays and holidays and things like that. So let's go see what we can find today. Had a fantastic trip. It was really fun. The bookstore was much more orderly than the last time I was there. I think I was there probably January, right after the Christmas rush, so it was a little thin when I was there before. And this time, no big bins of books lying around, so it was so easy to walk up and down the aisles. But then it made me wonder where all the books went. So the shelves were crammed, so that was good. There was plenty to choose from. There was fairly good people watching. It's always interesting to overhear what's going on in the aisles. And I found some really cool things. I found a couple vintage Jane Austen. This is Emma and Sense and Sensibility in sort of faux leather. There's no date on these, but they are really cool. There's sort of a marbled end paper. And then they both have sort of an illustrated frontispiece. No tissue paper, and you can actually almost see it transferring. There was a reason we used the tissue paper. It says London, Robert Riviere and Son Limited, Regent Street, but on the copyright page, there is no date. So these are vintage but undated. It just says made and printed in Great Britain. They're in good but used condition. So this one, Emma, has a line here, and I'm not sure, did something get spilled on it? Do you think the reader was so shocked by something that happened in Emma that they spilled their coffee? I don't know, but this one has a slight line there. I don't know if that's from liquid or from the light, and they are worn on the spines. These were $8. I'm sure they're worth more than that, but I don't actually know how much, so that'll be interesting. I found, this is really cool. A friend of mine is reading this and told me about it. I heard maybe This American Life on NPR, an interview with the author who told a lot of the story, and my friend told me he was reading it, and I said, oh, I think I've pretty much got the story, and he said the book was great. So I picked up a copy that I was not even looking for, and it was $3. And I am pretty sure I know other people that would want it, so after I'm done with it, I can find it a new home. This one was on my list. The Husband's Secret by Liane Moriarty. She has a couple other books that I have never read. She wrote Big Little Lies, which I know was hugely popular. This one is, what if your husband wrote a note to be read after his death, and it had all of his secrets that could vastly impact everyone's lives? But what if the wife finds it while he's still alive? Ha, drama. So that could be good. This is really cool. This has been on my list for a long time. I was so excited to find it on the shelf because this one, the fiction, is in alphabetical order, so I just go through the list of authors, and I found this one. I have read B.A. Shapiro, him, her, their other books. Let's see. The Muralist and The Art Forger. The Art Forger is so good. I am fascinated by art crime because it just starts to make you wonder, what is anything worth, if anything? And that book is really interesting. And then this is a later work that I have had on my list for quite a while. The Collector's Apprentice looks pretty good, so I'm excited about that. I loved Ruth Ware. I have just been finding her stuff so cool. The suspense and the mystery of it. Very Agatha Christie vibe and very fun page turner stuff. And every time I get one, I think, oh, this is her last book that I haven't read. I am 80% sure I haven't read this one. Don't worry, I am using Goodreads now, so hopefully this will not happen to me again. But I honestly don't think I've read this one. And it was $3. I found both of the books that my friend asked for her son, Charlotte's Web, that we all know. And then this one is news to me because of Winn Dixie. Kate DeMillo. She has a lot of very popular Newbery winner type books, and a lot of different genres, very interesting things. This one I haven't heard of, but I'm excited to get a review for my friend's son because I feel like I have someone else, a niece or nephew, who might fall into this genre. And kind of fun, this is an anniversary copy of Charlotte's Web that has an introduction by Kate DeMillo. Anyways, these were each $1, which is a great bargain for my friend. I also picked up a copy of The Woman Who Smashed Codes. This is a great book. I saw a Nova special about Elizabeth Friedman, or both the Friedmans, and I had a copy and I gave it to someone as a gift. So I don't have a copy, and I picked this one up, and it was $3 whole for hardback. And it's nonfiction. It's a really good book, so I'm excited to have this one, and it might go back on it's just a fun book to give to smart people. So I am going to hold on to that for a while. And then I also got a book for a tough customer. My niece is into true crime, but I'm always on the lookout for sort of non-violent true crime that is well written. And that is tough, but I did find one to put on the present shelf. So I had a very successful day. I bought 10 whole books. I didn't spend very much money. And I have these 2 Jane Austens that I have a friend at work who collects Jane Austen, so I'll ask her if she's interested in them. And if not, then I'll probably sell them on my eBay page. There's a link in the notes to my eBay if you're interested. And I just want to thank everybody who has said nice things to me on this channel. It makes my day. There are strangers on the internet who are kind. I feel like that gives me hope for humanity. So if you enjoy this, please drop me a line or subscribe. And thank you for watching, and happy reading.